Hey guys, what's up? Gil Daddy here. Gil Mama cannot join us today, but I decided to do a shipping video because everybody's been asking for it. And I know a lot of you guys are a little scared about getting into some of the items we ship because you're thinking, oh my gosh, it's too overwhelming and whatever. But it's not. All you got to do is just do it. So I'm gonna show you guys how we do things. Now this is just how we do things. So if you got a better way or something, just go ahead and continue doing that. But I just wanted to show you guys that you can ship these items and calculate the shipping pretty easily, and you don't have to stay with just small items and just clothes and just stuffed animals and stuff you can put in polys because you only have one size of poly. You can branch out and you can make a lot more money. So sorry about the webcam video quality. I mean, it's my laptop camera, so I don't have a good webcam right now. Maybe I should get one if I'm going to do more of these videos for you guys. But let's get started. This is shipping on eBay for dummies, and some of you might be dummies, some of you may not be, but I'm not calling you a dummy, so don't get all freaking weird with me, okay? Alright, I think something blew up out there, I don't know. Anyways, so let's just jump in. Free versus calculated versus flat rate. What do you pick? Well, with free you can lose money if you don't know what you're doing. I mean, you put free shipping on a heavy item and it might just bite you in the ass. So you can lose a lot of money if you don't know what you're doing. We do free shipping on everything under 13 ounces because it ships out first class, which is always the same rate depending on the ounces. But it doesn't matter if it's going to Tennessee, Kentucky, California. It doesn't matter. It's going to be the same price to whatever state. So a lot of times on remotes we do free shipping, which usually remotes will cost us no more than like $2 to ship, like 2 something, and that's at the heaviest calculator. Alright, so calculated shipping, you can lose money if you don't put in the right dimensions and weight of your package, and I think this is what most people struggle with. You don't have to pre-package your product, and if you did, you would end up with way more crap, in your area that you store everything. And if somebody asks you a question, you're going to have to go open up your box to see, what the serial number on it or whatever question they're asking. So don't pre-box your items, and I'll show you guys how to calculate it. Flat rate can lose you money, but if your rate is too high, it's also going to cause you to not have as many sales. So if you have a real heavy item and you go, well, geez, it's not going to cost me more than $35 to ship. Well, what happens if somebody in the next state wants to buy it and it's only going to cost them $15 if they do calculated? Well, you're going to lose that sale. So I don't do I don't do flat rate shipping unless it's something that I'm just going to put in a flat rate priority box. But even then, the person might not want it to come flat rate priority. Maybe they don't care how long it takes and they just want it parcel post or parcel select. So it's either way, calculated is definitely the best way to go. We, of course, like I said, offer free shipping on items less than 13 ounces. Or if it'll fit in a flat rate envelope, because flat rate envelopes are like $5 and something cents. So if it'll fit in there and I know I'm going to put it in there and it's a kind of heavier item, I'll put free shipping and I'll already calculate that price of that envelope into my selling price. Everything else is calculated, what we do. Should you ship internationally? Well, heck yes. You will make a lot more money. So you'll get more sales because you have more people looking at your items, and you'll make more money. And you'll make money on the shipping, and I'll show you how much you can make. I mean, you can make a lot of money from the shipping. Some problem countries are Senegal, Argentina, Ukraine, and Nigeria. And these are just some areas where I've had personal problems, personally I've had problems with. So you can go into eBay and you can set it to where you do not ship to those countries. And I'm not going to go over that today, but I'll show you kind of where it's at. Items do get lost sometimes. It happens. I mean, it happens in the United States. It will happen internationally if you sell enough. And we don't have a lot of problems. We really don't. I mean, once in a great while we have to give somebody a refund, but the reason why I still ship internationally is because the amount of money I make on the shipping and the amount of business that it has given me, it makes up for all that loss. Which, I mean, we get a package loss maybe once every 3 months or something. It's just minute. Alright, so first class international shipping. The maximum weight for first class international shipping is 4 pounds. Anything 4 pounds and under that you ship out, you can choose the option for first class international shipping, which I recommend you do. Maximum length is 24 inches, so if you're listing an item and it is more than 24 inches, you have to bump it up to the next shipping option, which I'll show you in a second. If it's under that length, you're fine. And then the other thing is for rolls, which I never send rolls of anything. So Priority Mail International is 4.1, 4 pounds, 1 ounce, and over, and it's up to 70 pounds. You can use the free priority boxes when you ship Priority Mail International. The box doesn't need to say Priority Mail International. It just says Priority Mail, and you can stuff anything in there that you're shipping Priority Mail International. When you use this method, instead of printing one form, like on the other international shipping option, it'll print 4. And just like on the other form, you're going to sign and date each form, and then they have these plastic sleeves that stick on the boxes, and you can get those at USPS for free. You just walk in, ask them for a stack of them, and then you just sign and date each of these 4 papers and stick them in there and slap it on your box, and you're done, and you just drop it off like normal. So it's simple, and you can do all this in eBay. You don't have to fill out any forms at the post office. Shipping supplies, these are kind of no-brainer, but you need a tape gun and tape. You need razor blade knife, box cutter. You need to have the paper, or some people call it void fill. But you see in my other video, I get those big rolls from the newspaper company for about, well, we pay $3 exactly for each end roll, and that's what you ask them. Do you have end rolls for sale? And it will save you a ton of money on shipping supplies. Black markers, make sure you get the good ones, not the cheap dollar store ones. You need the real good, like Expo markers that smell like crap when you use them, you know. And that's for marking out stuff on boxes, old labels, stuff like that. A printer, of course, or a thermal printer. If you get into shipping a lot of stuff, you might want to think about investing $100 in a thermal printer. It's going to save you money. If you know, we were going through probably 2 to 3 ink cartridges a month when we were using a regular printer, so that's $30–40 a month, and we just got, you know, the printer for $100. Shipping labels, you can buy all those on eBay. I recommend you get the sticky ones. They come in 2s. If you're using a regular printer, if you're using thermal printer, you can also buy the thermal printer rolls for your printer on eBay, and it saves you a lot of money. Because if you go out and buy them like locally, it's going to cost you a lot of money. Bubble wrap and packing peanuts. I do use some of that, mainly on the fragile items like the big vintage, you know, stereo components and maybe like big glass things, stuff like that. That's about the only time I use packing peanuts and bubble wrap. Everything else is usually paper, and I just wrap it in paper and stick it in the box, and it's nice and safe. Alright, so free priority boxes. You get free priority boxes. Use those. Boxes at local businesses. We go out, we have a certain area we go to, and we find boxes. And if you keep going out, you're going to find these areas too. I don't recommend going out and buying your boxes unless you use the same size box on everything, which you've seen what we get. We get just all different shapes and sizes. And you know, you can't buy boxes like I think Walmart has them, but they're pretty inexpensive. But I've went to a UPS store because Walmart didn't have the flat boxes. They only have a limited selection. And I got a box. They charged me like $10.50 for this box that would fit a receiver. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to be spending $10, $2, $5, $6 a box just to ship out these kinds of items. Now, if you ship like the same size item all the time, that might be good for you. But Walmart doesn't always have the right size of box. Envelopes, purchase those on eBay. We use a 000 and a #1 envelope, poly padded envelope, and we also get a bigger one. But you could just look at the sizes and see. We have another one that's a little longer so that we can put longer things in them. Alright, so these are my recommended priority boxes. So you can take notes or whatever, and these are what we use. Don't go wild on them. Order a box of each. Go to usps.com//supplies, and on the left-hand side, click priority boxes, and you can just set up an account and order all these that come right to your door. And all of these are awesome. So guys, we are looking at a screen. When you list an item on eBay, you'll see this shipping area, and this I think is what overwhelms most of you. You don't know what numbers to put in. So I'm going to kind of show you what or how I do it, and I'm usually pretty dead on. I mean, I've been doing it a while, so the more you do it, the better you get. But let me grab something. I'm going to pretend like I am selling a big, huge DVD VCR combo recorder, and it weighs on my scale 12 pounds 4 ounces. So we start here, calculated shipping. That's the option I'm going to choose because it's a big item. If it was a remote, I'd probably do flat rate and do free shipping because it's going to go first class. But we're going to do calculated, varies by location. Services, we're going to pick parcel select first because that's the cheapest option for most people. And you can offer an additional service, which I usually do. Some people want it faster. So let's put priority mail, 1 to 3 business days. Now something this heavy would be outrageous for somebody to pick, so they probably won't, but I still put it there anyways. Now, depending, we get discounts on FedEx now too. So on heavier items like this, I like to offer FedEx shipping. And if you don't see FedEx on here, which I do, but if you don't see FedEx, you can go down here to the bottom. It'll say an option. It'll say see more shipping options. The window will close, and when you open it back up, you'll see FedEx. So we're just going to choose FedEx Ground. So this gives somebody 3 different options that they can choose depending on what's the best price. Of course, we're not doing free shipping, so we're going to take that off. Handling time, always do 1 day. That'll help you get your top rated status. This is international shipping. So you can go worldwide, or you can choose a custom location. And I'm not going to go into choosing the custom locations, but you can choose which locations you'll ship to. But for this demonstration, I'm just going to put worldwide. First class mail international is already pre-selected. Now this weighs more than 4 pounds, so we have to choose priority mail international. So let's put that there, and we're going to go down here to package or thick envelope. That's the option you want. I'll eyeball this thing and I'll go, let's see, it's about 20 inches. So I'm going to say it's 26 inches wide. It may not be that much. When I ship it, it may be less, maybe a little more. But as long as I'm close, it's not going to make a difference. Alright, so width, I'm going to say just by eyeballing it. If you got a tape measure and you're not good at eyeballing it, just get a tape measure out and just measure it and give yourself a couple inches on each side of the item. So if it's 17 inches wide, I'm going to say 22 wide. So 26 by 22. And thickness, this thing's probably about 4 or 5 inches. It's about that thick. So I'm going to say 10 inches because I want plenty of room on the outside of this thing. Now when I'm packaging this thing up, I would normally wrap it in some 3/16 bubble wrap, and then I'd put some peanuts in the bottom of the box, set it in the box, make sure I have some room on each side, and then cover the entire thing with peanuts. And that would make it get there safe. And I have never had one break. Never. So it obviously works. And that's about the only time you're going to use peanuts in bubble wrap. I only go through like a bag, maybe a month of peanuts. And that's because I only use peanuts on items like this. Very fragile items. When you use peanuts on everything instead of using the paper, you're gonna go through a lot of peanuts and a lot of bubble wrap. Okay, so anyways, and I'm saying peanuts, guys. Okay, I've seen a comment before. Did you say penis? Yes. Wrap your stuff in penis and bubble wrap. It'll, yeah, whatever. I don't think he was serious. At least I hope not. All right. So anyways, so what's the weight of this? I think this is where you guys go. Okay, well, 12 pounds 4 ounces is the weight of the item, so it's a bigger item. So I know I'm going to at least have a pound in box. Okay, I'm probably going to have another pound in packaging. So I'm automatically, I just always on bigger items, if it's 12.5 or 12.8 or 12.4, I'm going to go automatically. I'll just be like, okay, 13. So we're at 13. Now let's add a pound for my box. Okay, that gives me a few ounces to play with. So I'll say, okay, we'll go to 14. Well, now I need about a pound for my packaging. So we're going to not go to 15, but we're going to go to 14 pounds, 15 ounces. The reason why I go 15 ounces is because the ounces doesn't affect United States buyers. Being 15 ounces or 1 ounce, it doesn't affect them. But if it's an international buyer and you put 14 pounds 1 ounce, and somebody international happens to buy it, and it's 14 pounds 8 ounces, it's gonna make a difference for you. So I always put 15 ounces. So 14, 15, that gives me plenty of room to play with, and I'm pretty confident that this package will weigh somewhere around there. And when you're doing these bigger items, if you're off by a pound, and say you got a 20-pound item and you're off by a pound, that 1 pound is not going to make a difference, because when you get to those higher numbers, it's only like $1. I mean, difference for each pound. Okay, so 14 pounds, 15 ounces, boom, I'm done. This thing is ready to list. Let's go to my next screen here. Here's another demonstration of a smaller item. Okay, so this is a converter box, and let me weigh it real quick, see what it weighs. 1 pound, 10 ounces. Alright, so 1 pound, 10 ounces. We're going to do calculated again, because it's not under 13 ounces. We're going to put parcel select, and we're going to offer additional service of priority. I'm not going to do FedEx on this, because smaller items, FedEx usually isn't cheaper for people anyways. So, priority mail. And you can put another option of like a medium flat rate, but you can if you want. If it's a heavy, small item and you think it's going to be cheaper for somebody to pick that option, go ahead and put it in there. If not, it's not going to hurt anything either way. Alright, and of course we're not doing free shipping. Worldwide again, and this one happens to be under 4 pounds, so this one we are going to choose first class mail international. Alright, and let's go to package. So this is 1 pound, 10 ounces. Well, this is a small item, so this is actually only going, and I'm just going to put 10 by 10 by 10. Small items doesn't matter. 10 by 10 by 10, 12 by 12 by 12. That's what I always do. If it's a long item, I might go 10 by 10 by 17, because the length does matter. So if it's a nice small square item, put 10 by 10 by 10, 12 by 12 by 12, whatever. Or if you're really anal, you can measure it if you want, but it's not going to make a difference. Again, we're going to choose custom weight. And I'm going to put 2 pounds, and again, the 15 ounces, in case somebody international buys it. Gives me some ounces to play with. But 2 pounds, 15 ounces. You notice I didn't have to add 2, 3, 4 pounds on the small item, because it's a small item. It's not going to weigh that much. And this one's ready to go too. So let's jump over here to when you're actually packaging, and I'm going to blur this out over here because I don't want to give anybody's information out over here. But anyways, this is somebody that bought a converter box from me, and it says they paid $9.96 in shipping. It says I'm going to pay $9.96. Well, I'd like to save some money on it, and because I get a discount on priority mail, I'm going to see if the priority mail options are cheaper for me. So I'm going to click this change weight and dimensions button. So $9.96 priority mail, and I can use any priority box except the flat rate boxes, and it would cost me $10.18. Well, that's more, so I don't want to pick that option. So I go over here and I look at medium flat rate, because it'll fit in a medium flat rate, $10.65. Well, that's still more, but it'll also fit in a regional priority A box, which is this one right here. This is one of them. This is the other one, and I guess technically you could probably go in this too, but this would be safer in this one. So I know it fits, so I'm going to choose the option that says priority A, because it is only $8.26. So boom, I save that. It'll recalculate over here, and there we go. I get an eBay discount, and I saved 75 cents on this shipping, but total I paid $8.26, they paid $9.96. So you're making money on the shipping. One other thing I wanted to show you guys that I've been doing lately, or that we've been doing, is FedEx. Since we started getting the FedEx discount, right here where it says carrier, you can select this and change it to FedEx, and then of course put your dimensions in after you change it. On this item, of course, I'm not going to do that because it's a small item. But this has been working for us on bigger items. Not everybody. It just depends on where it's going. But on the heavier boxes, always double check to see if FedEx is cheaper for you, because you do get a nice little discount from them. Now, let's go over here. This is an international buyer that bought a heavy item from me. They paid $68.75 for shipping. Look at my discount, $18.30. This is why you need to be shipping internationally, because just at regular priority mail international, I'm getting $18 back into my pocket. But ship internationally, it will make you money. Okay, guys? So I think that's it for today. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I'll keep making videos. If you guys have any other questions on shipping, just put them in the comments below, and then I'll do my best to answer them. I hope that's helped you out a lot. And let's. Oh, almost forgot. Of course, we didn't hit our goal. I told you guys that I already knew I wasn't going to hit it. We ended up doing like $9,800 in sales, which was way off my goal. But it seems like now that February's here, it's picked up dramatically. I mean, we're doing. I think yesterday we had like $750 in sales. I don't know what we've done today yet. I haven't looked, but it's definitely picking up. So we'll see what happens by the end of this month, and I hope you guys are making plenty of money out there. So I'm Gil Daddy, and I'll see you guys later.